Okay, we're looking at lesson 1-6, and it's writing algebraic expressions, and we're converting words or verbal expressions into algebraic or math expressions. And the key terms here are sum for addition, difference would be subtraction, product, multiplication, quotient is division. And you have this sheet, and you can look at some phrases used to express addition, phrases we use to express subtraction. Like 12 less than a number confused us a little bit. It's a number and then 12 less than that number. So you have to write the variable first, then the minus 12. 12 less than a number. So you already have the number. You're writing 12 less than it. So x minus 12. And then the quotient of a number and 6. So the quotient of a number and 6 equals. Or you can write it as a fraction. The dividend on the top, divisor on the bottom. So a divided by 6, a divided by 6, a divided by 6. Let's take a look at some of the problems. So we have 12 less than 15 times x. So we have the 15 times x. So it's 15x, or 15 times x. And then it's 12 less than that, minus 12, just like we talked about in the previous, the little 12 less than a number. This one says 12 less than 15 times x. So we do that first. 500 less than the product of 4 and a number. Product means multiplication. So we have the product of 4 and a number. I like using x for my unknowns. And then 500 less than that, minus 500. Then we have a quotient of 45. So we write 45. Divided by the sum of c and 17. So it's that c, the sum, addition, c plus 17. All right, let's move on here. So I'll give you a chance to take a look at that before we move on. So 6, 10, and 13 anyway. You can kind of see if you're on the right track. Now let's look at one of the word problems. The Nile River is the longest river in the world at 4,106 miles. A group of explorers traveled along the entire Nile in so many X days. We don't know how long. They traveled the same distance each day. Write an algebraic expression to find each day's distance. So here's the Nile. It runs south to north. Only major river in the world that does that. Into the the delta here. And so we're dividing it. For each day, they went the same distance along the Nile. So how far they go each day. So we're taking the Nile River, the total length, 4,160. And we're actually dividing it by the number of days they traveled. And that will give us how far they traveled. So if they traveled 2 days, we're dividing it into 2. Let's say they traveled 2 days. Okay, if they traveled 3 days, let me fix this up again. We traveled 3 days. They traveled, so that first day, I'm approximating it this many miles, or dividing it into equal groups. Now, I didn't do a very good job of dividing it into equal groups, but you get the concept, I hope. It's division. So another way we could 4,160 divided by x is 4,160 divided by x. Or we could write 4,160 divided by x. That kind of looks sloppy. Sorry about that. So the secret word of the day is monarch. And thanks for watching. Hope you were successful with the homework.